There are a lot of people that are having, well, many of us suffer from colonial mentality, and it causes us to relegate the way we have been brainwashed and the way the Western civilization has penetrated us, making us to see our own things as inferior and putting them aside and adopting theirs, line, hook, and sinker. How do you view the aspect of that kind of mentality, making us to relegate and demonize everything that is original to us as Africans? What's your view on that?
See, it's very, very unfortunate, and I can attribute it to religious mentality.
Religion is involved too?
Religion. Both Christianity and Islam, you understand, our religious leaders are guilty. They are the one causing this problem for us. And sometimes they see it. Some of them are afraid of competition.
Wow.
They are afraid. They see it as if the money is supposed to be bringing to the church, for example. You understand? The other things that are competing for it. So they now try to demonize and draw a barrier so that your commitment will be, for example, to the church alone. I'm just using church as an example. You understand? Right. I'm sure it also applies to other religion. They will try to cut you away from your culture, from your tradition, you understand, so that you have more money to give. That's what I think. For example, if you go and buy a local chicken now, you understand, in the market.
Yes, sir.
It will be assumed that you want to use it for ritual.
Is it that bad?
If it's a Greek chicken. If it's a Greek chicken, yeah, they believe you want to eat it.
If you buy the local chicken, the homegrown, they will think you want to use it for one, what they call voodoo.
Yeah, voodoo or something. You understand? I have, for example, in my farm here, I have dog. This dog, pepper, you know what they call pepper?
Dog, yes.
But there are some people, when they come to my farm and they see dog, they'll be shocked. That, what are you doing with dog?
Chai. Really?
You understand? Because it's not foreign. If it's something that is foreign, they believe it is acceptable.
Wonderful.
But we have been so much brainwashed. Everything that has to do with our culture, that has to do with our tradition, you understand? We believe they are of the devils. Anything that is not in the Bible, you understand? It is demonic.
Wow. You know, I'll take you back to what you said earlier, that every year the churches will say it's my year of this and my year of that. I want you to elaborate on that, because it's something that actually bothers me too, and I have spoken on it over and over, but I see that you also have a viewpoint on that, because you said that people's lives are not getting any better. In fact, at the end of the year, it gets worse. I want you to elaborate on that, sir.
Okay. You see, religious leaders, they cause a lot of problem for us, especially in Africa. Let me use issue of tithe, for example. Personally, I've had every year, I go to church, you understand, before every December 31st, I do Passover in the church. You understand?
Yes, sir.
And they will prophesy that this year is your year of breakthrough. This year will be better than last year. This year will be better than all the years you have spent in your life. But probably because I'm a scientist. Eventually, when I look at the year from January to December, when I look at it, I found out that no, which means what this man has said was not true. For example, let me use issue of tithe, for example. Tithe is something that is controversial, you understand? There are people that believe in tithe. In fact, most churches, they believe in tithe. But personally, I don't pay tithe. Because from the Bible, I read in the Bible where the Bible says, bring forth your tithes and see if I will not open the windows of heaven and bless you. There was a time I was paying tithes. You understand? I pay tithes religiously. I discovered that my salary did not increase. When I stopped paying tithes, my salary still did not increase.
Wow.
So which means my blessing personally is not associated or it's not joined to the tithes. So I felt that, well, this is because there was a time I paid tithes for some time. Later I stopped. Later I went back again. It's like an experiment, case control. I tried to see what happened in the time I was paying tithes, because whether there will be windows of blessing. When I stopped, there was no difference, you understand, between the time I was paying tithes. There are no increased changes in my salary. So I now concluded that, that issue of tithe that they used to emphasize for us in the church is probably not relevant.
They will tell you it's because you are living in sin. They will tell you there's something you are not doing right, that you are living in sin. That's why.
Then it's better to, if they let me continue to live in my sin, if there is any sin, and then enjoy my money instead of carrying it to give to go and give somebody.
Or you don't have faith.
It's because
that's
of
why.
sin. I also know the Bible. It's not because of sin.
They'll tell you don't have faith.
The Bible says when God brings rain, the rain fall on the land of the sinner and the rights of people that are not sinners.
Okay, Prof, you lived in Europe for many years, and you came back to Nigeria. You are so original. I can see your costume today. I can see the accent and everything. Even though I know that German in Germany it's not English, it might just be a back second language. And there are some schools whose instruction are partially in English. But for you to survive in any of those countries like Austria, Germany, and all of those things, you have to really learn their language. But what do you see to people who travel abroad? They will go to Dubai, and when they come back, they start speaking wana, even though they are speaking Arabic in Dubai. Why are you still so original? Somebody doesn't need to spend 5 minutes with you before you will see Yoruba from your accent. Why are you like that with a PhD, with being a professor in many aspects, and why are you not speaking wana?
You see, I think it's problem of inferiority complex. Inferiority complex. You see, in Nigeria, there is a tribe. I've had people that say Yoruba people were from Mecca. We migrated from Mecca.
Very, very stupid.
And I laugh. How can you say we migrated from Mecca? I've also had a tribe in Nigeria that they say that they are from Israel, that they are Jews. They are the lost tribe of Israel, that they are Jews.
Very funny.
It's inferiority complex. I'm a black man. That doesn't make me inferior. If there's anybody that will feel inferior, I think it is the other place that should even feel inferior. So it's inferiority complex, and sometimes emanate from religious mentality. Because how can you say Yoruba people migrated from Mecca? Usually, I heard that from Muslims, and people that also say that they are Jews. It's also for religious reason. They also try to affiliate themselves with the Jewish people because of the religion. It's one of those things that the religious practitioners have damaged our psyche to make us feel inferior.
As a scientist, sir, will you say there is power in Africa, especially when we look at it medicinally? What they call alternative medicine for us, can you imagine that insult? They call it alternative, as if the other one, the orthodox one, is, they call that orthodox, that's original, that is orthodoxy, that is the way it should be, originality. So they call our alternative medicine. The potency, of course, you have talked about the measurement and the dosage, and the fact that sometimes both the potent and some of the things that should have been scrapped go into the medicine. Of course, that's refinement and technology needed. But will you say there's power in power in Africa, not just medicinally? Growing up as a person in Nigeria, how will you explain that? I don't want to put words into your mouth, that when you look at your originality as an African man, what can you say compared to what colonial mentality is trying to sell to you, or Western civilization is trying to brainwash us with over time, food, medicine, and in other remedies? Because someone came on this program and he's told us what he experienced personally with people, even others with words and leaves and just some very quick interventions that didn't require hospital. He talked about the woman who gave birth, and after just a short while, she went cooking for the husband because she was fit. What can you say about that?
There is power in Africa. Our traditional power, it is real. And I believe that every doctor, as doctors, we are privileged to know and to express some of these powers. Like my mother told me that during her time, she used ring for family planning.
I've heard it before.
Ring. Yeah, she told me.
Yeah.
She showed her that it's ring. She put the ring on. Well, as long as she wear the ring, she will not get pregnant. It's when she wanted to get pregnant, she will remove the ring.
I know
And even
about it.
as a doctor, I've seen somebody that is using this traditional ado. You know what they call ado?
Yeah.
It's a herbalist. Is the man using it for pregnancy test. She just put it on the ground. You know, I train in Lagos, and during our final year, part of our posting is to go to alternative medical practitioners, including herbalists.
Wow.
We call it a part of the community health, community medicine, because we have to also know what's going on outside there.
The other side.
And I remember this committee, this man, you understand, is a herbalist. He uses gourd. This is like a small calabash to do pregnancy test.
The small one.
Yeah, the woman, he will put it on the floor. As a woman, you cross it. If you are pregnant, it will know. If you are not pregnant, and you tell her to go and confirm it with our own pregnancy stream.
Wow.
And it's 100% the same.
100%.
Yes, I've seen a case whereby you cannot give people injection. Needle cannot penetrate because they have this juju on their body.
Okigbe.
Yes, Okigbe. It's real.
Wow.
Doctors will tell you, most doctors that are into community practice, they've experienced it. And there was a time I was doing the surgery in the theater, and with area boys, they fought in Lagos at Soju Elegbadi. A patient was rushed into the theater, into my hospital, and they fought, and the man was caught, and I was suturing him. As I was suturing him, the rival court, they just busted into the hospital and started cutting everybody. And I saw somebody with my naked eye. They were macheting him, and the cutter refused to enter.
Wow.
That was the first time I saw something, eyewitness. The man went to hide. Even I myself, the patient that was suturing, he jumped out and ran away from the theater. I myself, I ran to hide behind the door. And the patient was hiding. Somebody was hiding behind the fridge and was using cutlass to cut the man seriously. At the end of the day, he ran away, thought he has killed the man. The man just jumped up. There was no single cut on his body. So our own African medicine is real. That's the truth.
Yes, sir. I will have a rider to that. Help me make it brief this time around. Why did we now get so sucked in with the Western medicine? We are not saying there's no good part. I mean, modern medicine has its place, but has African doctors been in denial to the extent that we're so blinded, if not for social media now, that has democratized TV. Everybody has a TV in their hand, everybody has a phone, and that's why I'm able to do this program. And because some of these things that you are telling us could not be aired on mainstream media that were government owned in the past and foreign controlled sometimes, why the denial of many practitioners? What were they afraid of? Was it their license? Was it their meal ticket? What were they afraid of, that they allowed the lies of the Western world to travel so far before this kind of time, that people like you have the courage to share that you are doing what you are doing is okay, you are helping people, you are saving lives, but that should not mean that we should not acknowledge what is happening on the other side. What were they afraid of? Why did they enable that that disinformation? Why did they enable the lies, the falsehood to travel so far? Yeah.
You see, sometimes, like I said, religion also has a very strong role. There are some traditional knowledge that even you have, that if you practice it, they will believe that it is occultism or it is demonic, it is something. You understand? Yes, there are some plants, there are some traditional plants in my farm here. This evening, there was a time that somebody came to work for me and I was telling me that this leaf is used to stop bleeding. You understand? He was telling me about the leaf. And before the end of the...
They use it for me as a child growing up in the city, not village. I mean, I've experienced that now. We do it in school. We do it even in high school. We do it.
And as this carpenter just finished explaining to me, telling me the power of the leaf, along the line, the carpenter just had an accident, fell down from the roof, and has a serious laceration on his head. The first thing I could do was to go and cut the leaf and squeeze it and rub it on the wound, and the bleeding stopped immediately.
Wow.
But then, as a doctor, you understand, I cannot use this leaf on my patients. Because they will think that this doctor is now doing something else, so he's doing juju. You understand? I would rather prefer to go and buy the chemist own, so that the patient, which is more expensive anyway. Even though I know that this leaf is free of charge, if I can also use it, you understand? The leaf does not only stop the bleeding, I will suture the head of this carpenter, and it is also anesthetic. The patient did not even feel any pain.
Wow.
But in modern medicine, I cannot use it. I know I cannot use it, because so that they will not misunderstand me or thinking I'm practicing something else.
Are you not afraid of losing your license? Because apart from them misunderstanding you, maybe many people are afraid they don't want to lose their practicing license.
Yes, that's another thing. Modern medicine is so much regulated. It's so much regulated. Even if I use the normal one, you understand, which is the modern medicine, if something go wrong, you understand, I can easily defend myself. But if I use the word traditional one, you understand, if something go wrong, they say, it's because you use the traditional one. So even you yourself, when you have the traditional knowledge, you don't want to apply it, because you know that if something go wrong, you understand, so that when they say, what did I use? I say, it is paracetamol I use, which everybody knows, you understand?
Prof,
so the fear of losing your license also restrain you from some things.
Yes, sir. Even to say it, sir, because people were not ready to have this conversation. Prof, where did you find where did you get the courage to speak like this? Because not many people, you are at the peak of your career, not many people will at least respond to our questions this way. They would have been diplomatic, windy, and just lose us in defending Western medicine. And you are not attacking Western medicine anyway. How do you get the courage to speak this way?
Because it's the truth now. What I'm saying, I can say it anywhere. They can go and verify it now. It's the truth.
Are you not afraid of losing your practice license or something?
No, I cannot lose my license. If they call me, I can explain myself now and let them try. But we all know this thing now. Even those people, even our leaders, they know this thing. Only that, you understand. Behind the scene, everybody knows. There are things that people do behind the scene. You understand?
Right.
Among ourselves, we all know.